Hi, welcome to Prophetic Declaration today. I'm so thankful that you're watching this video. I want to speak to you today on cursing the Midianite spirit. Cursing the Midianite spirit. I've tapped into this several months ago, talking about the Midianites, and you find that the Midianite came out of from the son of Abraham in Genesis 25, 1 and 2, where he was married to the concubine Keturah, and they give birth to several sons, and one of the sons were Midian and one was Midian, and we find that the Midianites came out from them. And when you look in Genesis 38 also, you find that Joseph was given or sold to the Midianites when he was sold by his brethren or his brothers, and they sold him into Egypt. It was the Midianites that took him. So the Midianites, when you hear the word Midianites, you think of anti-harvest or or something that is unproductive or unfruitful, or something that is lack of no inhabitants, or there is judgment. And we see with Gideon here in Genesis, in Judges 6 verses 1, 2 and 3, we find that the children of Israel was in captivity for 7 years, and God handed them over to the Midianites, and we find that as they were handed over to them, that the time was up. It was 7 years, and the time was up, and they put themselves, the children of Israel put themselves into dens, and also in caves, and into strongholds, because they were afraid of the Midianites. And then in verses 2 of Judges 6, it said, and the hand of the Midian prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them dens which are in mountains and caves and strongholds. And so here we find the children of Israel, that they find themselves in dens. They put themselves in dens and in stronghold. And the reason why, because the Bible says that the Midian prevail against Israel, and the word prevail is azah, which means to be strong, or means to display a bold or to harden. So the children of Israel was under the spell of the Midianites, and they find themselves going into dens, where it's places there's no lights and strongholds, and they were sowing. The children of Israel were sowing, and that's when you know that when you sow, or when you put something in somebody's hand and you see no growth or productivity, it means that you're sowing on bad ground. Because in verses 3 it says, and so it was when Israel had sown. And that word sown there in Hebrew is gazra, which means to scattered seed. So the children of Israel scattered seed, but then what happened? It said that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them, and they encamped against them in verses 4 and destroyed the increase. So when there's no increase, when doors are shut in front of your face, there's a Midianite spirit that needs to be killed. When there's no productivity, when there's no fruitfulness, then there is a Midianite curse that must be broken. My mom always tell me, be careful whose hand you put your money into, because some people will take your money and go to the palm reader, they will go to the obeah man, they will go to the tarot reader, they will go to the voodoo, they will go to the pandit worshiper, and that's when you give your money to people, and you see that the more you give that person is the more you feel like your money is coming in your hand and it goes right out. That's why you got to be careful who hand you put your money into. So the children of Israel and Gideon realized, and he said, no, this has to stop. And the angel came to him, because even Gideon went and hid in a hole, and the angel came to him and said, mighty man of valor. But Gideon said, no mighty man of valor. Why has all this befell us? He tried to understand why all this befell him. Now he come to understand that something had to be broken. And what had to be broken? The Midianite curse had to be broken. So here, Gideon make up his mind, and you find in chapter 7 and 8 that where they offer up sacrifice, and Gideon kill or destroy the Midianite spirit. Choose whose hand you put your money into. Be careful, use wisdom, because what happened? Your money can be blighted, because when you put your money into the wrong hands, trouble can happen with your finances. There will be no productivity or no increase. I want to share with you some of the prophecies the Lord has given unto us. The Lord said in Wall Street disaster, bomb will go off in Wall Street. 15 people will die and 25 badly injured. Bombing in Wall Street. The Lord also showed us that Las Vegas hotel disaster. Hotel in Las Vegas will explode. A young suicidal male will release a bomb on the 6th floor of a Las Vegas hotel, and 60 people will die and 45 will be in critical condition. Las Vegas hotel disaster. To see more of these prophecies, go to myrtlenesampson.org. Love you and see you next week. Bye now.